So the Power Rangers reboot Netflix series that was supposed to come out in 2025, it's dead. The project got canceled. I can't say that it's not surprising, but yeah, TV Line is reporting it today that the project is no longer going forward. This is the same project that Jonathan Entwistle and Jenny Klein have been working on for like 2 years. If you guys noticed that Jenny Klein had actually signed a 2-year contract to work on the Power Rangers reboot, and it's coming up on 2 years like next week. We actually got word of this last night from Jinsaku on Twitter. He kind of held a little Twitter space thing. I know a lot of you have been telling me to be careful about reporting what Jinsaku says. And with that being said, TV Line like backed it up today. So we're going to talk about it here. What Jinsaku said last night was that just like how like Power Rangers is licensing out the toy rights to Playmates, they're not selling the brand, they're just licensing out the rights to make toys. They want to be able to do that for the TV show, movies, and maybe even possibly animation as well. That basically Hasbro is looking for a studio to be able to do that. And more than likely, like what he thinks is that a small studio might pick it up, because what they're said to be charging for the rights for the media is not very much. And he really doubts that any like big movie studio or big production studio would pick it up. Although he thought it'd be interesting if Lionsgate picked it up again. But yeah, so what they want to do is license out the rights just like they did with the toy rights. They still want to own Power Rangers. They want to own the IP, but they don't want to actually put any work into it. They want somebody else to do the work and then collect like the fees and the percentages that this other people that will be making it gross from it. So basically they just want to like, here, we'll loan it out, you make the stuff, and then you pay us the money that you make, and that way we can make money on Power Rangers. He basically saying like the big issue was that the previous CEO, I think his name is Brian Goldner, he actually passed away. He was the one that really believed in Power Rangers. He was actually a friend of Saban, and he was the one that kind of sold Saban on selling it to him that, you know, they would be making movies and TV shows and animation, and there'd be plenty of products on toy shelves, and Saban kind of liked the idea of something that he made being like that big. When Brian Goldner passed away, then the new CEO and the new regime at Hasbro basically had no idea what to do with Power Rangers. And that's kind of been the issue since then. Now, people are asking, why don't they just sell Power Rangers to somebody else? Like, sell it back to Saban or sell it back to just another company in general, right? And the reason is they paid $500 million for it, and they don't want to accept that loss. Whatever it's worth now, it's not worth $500 million. So, you know, whether they don't want to sell it off for $100 million and almost lose $500 million. That's not something that they want to do. So they rather just hold on to the IP, and IP being the Power Rangers brand, and then let somebody else do the work and pay them money for it, and see eventually if they can get enough to do something with it, they think, in their eyes, or until they figure something else out, right? But this is sort of like what we've seen like early back in the day, what Marvel did with X-Men and Spider-Man. Instead of making their own movies, they gave it to Fox and Sony. And basically that was the whole reason that it took so long to get back to the MCU, for the rights to expire. But, you know, they just basically want to loan it out to another studio company and for them to make it. Jinsaku brought up the idea that if it does get, the rights do get sold off to like a smaller media company or a smaller production studio, that might be good, because their main focus would be Power Rangers. And that, I can say that would be good too. It would come with like a lower budget sort of thing. But the thing is, us Power Ranger fans, that we know that Power Rangers has always been super low budget, has been super cheap. They've always really super relied on Sentai footage to make things more affordable. Actor salaries have been super low, non-union, just like whatever they could do to cut corners on price. That's what Power Rangers already has done. So another studio focusing on it and wanted to make it like a big IP, you know, because they will have the rights, that might be a good thing. The problem is we're going to wait longer for Power Rangers now. Like, it's just kind of getting like, what are we going to do? Because, you know, we just got the announcement for the video game for Rita's Rewind. A lot of people were happy about that. It kind of reminded them like Shredder's Revenge, the old arcade style. And even had Robo Rita in it, which a lot of people thought was really cool. And was like, okay, you guys are doing something with this. That's awesome. And then just to get this news that, you know, the project they've been working on for basically since they owned Power Rangers, like 2018, 2019, Like, it's 2024 and nothing is happening with it anymore. All the money they've spent on trying to make it, all the people that they've hired, they're all gone. All of that stuff is gone. And now we're going to start out over, and we're going to start over from the point of actually trying to find someone that really wants to make it. Oh my gosh, man. It's just sort of like, it's really clear, like, Hasbro does not know what to do with the Power Rangers product, and this is what they're doing, is they're going to give it to other people to work with while they collect the check. Like I said, it's always, like what I said when they did the Playmates deal, it's lazy. Like, it's really lazy. And it's really kind of telling of the regime now at Hasbro. Like, they're not focused. I don't even think they want to make toys anymore. It's a toy company that doesn't want to make toys. Even in the last quarterly meeting, they talked about, like, what they want to do is they want to own IPs. They want to own brands of different things. That way they can do what they're doing now. So, yeah, the Power Rangers reboot, it's no more, unfortunately. And, you know, I think a lot of people might be happy with it also, because they were talking about, you know, making the Red Ranger a woman, which I know a lot of people didn't like. Tommy, the Green Ranger, was going to be the leader, which a lot of people didn't like because Red Ranger is a leader. You know, they were saying that Tommy was going to betray the team at some point and then come back, and people were like, no, don't do that. And then they were talking about not even having, like, the original 5 of Jason, Zach, Billy, Trini, and Kimberly, and using new Rangers altogether. But, like, it was going to be familiar but not familiar. And I know a lot of people weren't digging that. So, you know, this new project, I don't know. Maybe they're listening to people now. You know, whoever is going to pick it up, hopefully they do listen to people. And they listen to get an idea of what people will want. And just in reality, it's probably going to be Mighty Morphin. And that was another thing. Like, this reboot that was supposed to happen wasn't going to be Mighty Morphin. There was not going to be any dinosaurs. And maybe this new reboot will do that and make people happier. I don't know. I don't know what the plan is, because there's clearly no plan. The plan is, let's have somebody else make it so we can mitigate the risk on Hasbro and they don't have to worry about the backlash or anything like that. So that is the plan right now, is Hasbro doesn't want to deal with it and they rather somebody else deal with it, but make them money in the meantime. So that's what we're dealing with now. I wanted to let you guys know the news. I know, like you guys said, you guys don't really want to know. You guys want me to be careful about reporting stuff on Jinsaku, and then this got picked up by a bigger media site today. And yeah, that happened. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Are you guys happy about this? Are you not happy about this? I mean, it's going to be longer without Power Rangers. And I know for a lot of us, we really love the brand and we really love the franchise. And that's going to be just a longer stall on the franchise. And people, my concern is people forgetting about it entirely. It's been on TV for almost 30 years straight and been on store shelves for 30 years straight. And we're going to probably go 2 or 3 years without any of that. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. And y'all know what time it is. It's morphin' time.